life can be much broader once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that you call life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. The minute that you understand that you can poke life and actually something will, if you push in, something will pop out the other side, you can change it, you can mold it. That's maybe the most important thing.
Steve Jobs, a name synonymous with innovation, vision, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Born in 1955, he grew up to redefine the tech landscape, and along with Steve Wozniak and Ronald Wayne, start the most successful company in the world, Apple. But what allowed Steve Jobs to achieve so much? Some people say it was his incredible work ethic, while others say it was his relentless passion for technology. But the problem with these explanations is that many others have these same traits. What made Steve Jobs remarkable? What made him stand out from the rest? Well, it all begins with how his mind processed reality. In this video, we're going to be taking a journey into the mind of Steve Jobs, and at the end of the video, I'm going to give you a practical strategy for applying what you learned here. So without further ado, let's dive into the mind behind Apple. It's no secret that Steve Jobs was incredibly driven and laser focused on his goals and vision for the future.
Working obsessively until he had a solution that was insanely great is what Steve was all about.
But how did he develop such impeccable focus in the first place? The answer is counterintuitive: by saying no.
We have a very simple organization, and we try to focus and do very few things well. And focusing's hard because focusing doesn't mean saying yes, it means saying no. So we decide not to do a lot of things so we can focus on a few handfuls of things and do them well.
By saying no to most of the business opportunities that Jobs could have pursued, he was able to put most of his attention on the few projects that mattered most to him and make those things highly successful. In essence, this is referred to as the Paro Principle. Identify 20% of the activities that yield 80% of your desired results or fulfillment. Prioritize and focus on completing those tasks first, and practice saying no or delaying the other 80% that contributes less to your overall success.
Focus is about saying no, and the result of that focus is going to be some really great products where the total is much greater than the sum of the parts.
This mental model can greatly enhance your productivity and sense of achievement. But naturally, the next question to ask is, how do you identify what's most important to focus on? How do you know what's the right thing to put your time and energy into? The big secret to Steve's vision and his decision-making ability was his awareness of his own mortality. Listen to what Jobs said in the commencement speech he gave at Stanford.
For the past 33 years, I've looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. Remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make the big choices in life.
For many of us, the thought of our own death is disturbing, but Jobs used it to put things into proper perspective. This allowed him to become a master of prioritization and make wise choices for how he spent his time and energy. This notion of contemplating death isn't a modern revelation. In fact, it traces back to ancient times. The great Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius echoed a similar sentiment in his journal, now known as the Meditations, where he said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." Most of our fears and problems become very tiny and insignificant when we simply remind ourselves that all of this will end soon, that life is short, and that we only get this one opportunity. Being conscious of your own demise in everyday life is something very few of us intentionally do. But just imagine what it would be like if you began each day from this perspective. Think about it. If you started each day with the realization that time is limited, how much clearer would you be about how you're going to spend your day, your week, your month, your year? While reflecting on death offers a profound perspective on prioritizing what truly matters, Steve Jobs didn't merely live with the awareness of life's fragility. He also understood the value of embracing the unknown and taking risks.
You can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
This perspective allowed him to take risks, make unexpected choices, and forge a path that wasn't always clear at the outset. It emphasizes the importance of embracing uncertainty and recognizing that every experience, whether it's good or bad, contributes to the broader tapestry of life. Now that you know these mindset shifts, it's very important that you don't squander this awareness. Take action. So here's a practical strategy that will allow you to experience the value of what we've discussed here today. By applying this strategy, you will rewire your mind to help you achieve your goals faster and avoid unnecessary failure. You'll realize all the ways you're wasting your time on meaningless activities and automatically begin to use your time much more productively. First, pause this video, get a notebook, and write down this sentence. If I was more aware of my death, I would. Pause this video right now and do that. Now, for the next 7 days, each morning, write down 10 answers to this question in rapid speed. Don't worry about writing proper, really thought out answers. Don't overthink it. Just write what comes to mind. The next step of this strategy is to take your notebook and write down the 3 most important things that you want to do that day. Throughout the day, try to say no to everything else until you've got those 3 things successfully completed. This is a practice I recommend you keep doing at least for the next 30 days. It makes a huge difference. And lastly, the next time you're faced with a tough decision, before seeking external opinions or overanalyzing, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what does my gut say? Give weight to that first instinctive response and factor it into your final decision. The last thing that I'll say is that it's really easy to watch my videos, to read books, and to take courses and feel like you're learning. But really, if you don't take what you learn and try it out in real life, the information will be nothing more than a source of entertainment for you. So if you want to avoid mental masturbation and begin to live powerfully, take on this challenge. Be an action taker. And if that's something that you struggle with and you're looking for extra leverage for breaking bad habits and building new intelligent ones, for a limited time now, I am offering one-on-one coaching sessions for free to help you get out of that rut and double your productivity and sense of purpose in life. Click the link in the description, pick a time that suits you, and I'll talk to you then. That's all. Have a blessed day. Peace.